Hello to another edition of Guy Wears a Stupid Shirt and Looks at a Small Amp. This time, the Vox MV50 brand spanking new today or so, this week or whatever, last week. The boutique one. What does boutique mean? It means shit. Anything hand-wired. Is this thing hand-wired? No, it comes out probably from China or something. No, but it's supposed to be like one of the very, very classic amps and one of the super mega amps that no one can afford, but by now probably way over $100,000 is a Dumble. What defines a Dumble sound? It's clean and overdrivey, and it's got a very, very thick lead tone. It's just a very kind of a sound. Not the most amazing for funky cleans or something, but it's a thick lead tone. Do I have a Dumble to compare it to? Fuck, no one has that. Do I have a Dumble clone to compare it to? No, I don't. So, just to give you a comparison to an all-tube amp versus the new tube with Class D power amp, which this is. If you want to know more about all the MV series, please watch my MV50 Clean video, where we go into it going with different speakers, different wattages, loudnesses, and all that stuff. Please watch my other MV videos. And there's also a video where we compare all 5 of them and also compare each one with a similar full-blown tube head. Now, obviously, these things are small, they're inexpensive at $250, they're very, very lightweight, come with an external power supply, which is included, and can be, or could be, if you take the handle off, stored or stowed away in a gig bag or guitar case. Why they put the handle on there, you ask? I don't know. If you look in the back, you can clearly see an impedance switch, which the clean and the high gain don't have. So I don't know why this one needs it. Maybe they just needed to put a switch there. There's an EQ, which is can be switched between flat and deep. Right now it should be on flat, yes. Then over here there is the on-off and an echo, which means it'll turn off when there's no signal. And then the phones and line out, which is a compensated, frequency corrected speaker out, or a speaker simulation out to go directly into the headphones or into your audio interface, but we're not going to test that because it usually sucks. It's not an impulse response or anything. It's just trying to roll off the high end, and it's just not good. They should have scrapped that and put the very much desired by everyone effects loop in there, because everyone says, why don't these have effects loop? Especially if they have drive, if they have distortion or overdrive, then you want a reverb or a delay, which with this you can't do because you'd have to put it in front of it and then it sounds like ass. So, does it sound like a Dumble? Again, I don't know. Bear doesn't know. Look, isn't he lovely? Isn't he lovely? We're testing this thing with, and I have not had alcohol, this Ibanez AZ2204F-TAB, that's the color, because it's pretty, and it plays so well, and it's got all these sounds, and it's a great guitar to test amps with. We're going into the Universal Audio Aux right there, but also into the Torpedo Studio with a different cap simulation, just to give you a couple of options. Here's the boutique, has a tone thing, on lowest gain, there you go. When you don't have a lot of gain on these, it sounds a bit thin. I think the Class D power amp doesn't necessarily warm it up enough. I was also doing F sharp with an E in the bass. It's not as sucky as it should be. I'm missing some fullness here, gotta say that. So when it drives a bit, it comes in. Tiny little bit of drive comes in. Now the thing that defines the D sound, let's not say Dumble, because if I say Dumble, then Vox has a problem trying to copy a Dumble, so I can't say Dumble enough, or a lot, or at all, so I shouldn't say Dumble. So let's just call it the D sound, okay? It's very thick, and I don't hear that in the clean. I hear the opposite. Now it comes in. More bite, even though it has too much. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The Boutique is a bitey motherfucker. I was going for B. I landed on C. Might want to roll the tone off on this thing. I love that chord, sharp 11. So on this thing, the funny thing is the more gain you give it, at the very, very edge, it just goes crazy. Still subtle. But at the very end, finger slips. Now it's extremely thick and rich. Let's put some delay and reverb on that. Built into the aux. Certainly is music that can be performed with this. Absolutely, it's very musical. The question is, do you have an aux at home? If you have an aux, which is $1,300, would you actually buy an MV50 Boutique? Likely not. So what I'm doing right here is completely beside the point. So same cap without anything on it. Let's check the deep. if it's there, it's extremely subtle, just like on the AC. So I'm gonna go with, why even have the switch? Get rid of the switch. Put a loop there. So let's compare this at a lower gain setting. With a very, very fine amp. Is it a boutique amp? Is it a Dumble-ish amp? No. A boutique, yeah, I don't know. It's not hand-wired and all that stuff. But we're going to go into the Revv Dynamis, which is a brilliant amp and can give us some of those gain settings. So here's the Revv Dynamis. That's the Vox again. And the Dynamis. The Vox Boutique MV50 has a bit more bite. But the balls, the fullness isn't there. Let's go more gain. That's the Dynamis again. Interesting, they sound extremely similar now, except for the bass. And Dynamis. So the last one was the Vox again. Very damn close. Let's go last bit again. That's the Dynamis now. I'm not telling you which one I'm on. Can you tell? How about this? I'm just not going to tell you. Okay, Vox MV50 Boutique. Dynamis. Different, but not too different. Different speaker. For the Vox MV50 Boutique. That's now a Revv and actually a Vox. Let's compare the two speakers. feeling that that speaker complements it a lot more. The volume, that's beautiful. That's the gate that I have, not the amp. Good. How loud does it get in the room? We'll test that, of course, as well. Let's say right where it's set. We're going to go back to the aux, and we're going to go into that cap right there, which is blue as the background on the bear. That's the coffee caps custom latte 212. That's what that is. Creambacks. Ow! Vox MV50 Boutique most certainly gets loud enough. Probably one of the amps in the range that gets you the full range from clean to high gain. Careful with the bitiness of it. The cab is highly dependent on... No, the amp is highly dependent on the cab. I thought that with what I had from the Torpedo Studio, it sounded better than with what was coming from the aux. With the cab that I have in the room, which is creamback loaded, difficult, because before I rolled down the tone quite a bit, it was bitey. So you need to know what your cab is. Does it get loud enough in the band? Absolutely. Does it play well with pedals? I didn't test that. The clean works really well with pedals. I'm gonna go with the new tube works with pedals the same way. It's okay. Can it compete with a real, not Class D power amp loaded amp? We got pretty damn close to the Dynamis, which is 7 times more expensive. Has a bit more to offer. It most certainly has an effect loop. But I was surprised how clean it, how close it got. The AC from the MV50 series didn't get that close to the AC30 from Vox. So at Vox, no one said, let's compare that to our amp that we built. It didn't get as close as the Boutique got to the Dynamis, which is not even trying to be. That's pretty impressive. Take the handle off, put it in your gig bag, $250. Can't really go wrong if you don't need effects, if you know what I mean. Effect loop, Vox effect loop. Comparison with all the amps coming up in a different video, if you want to hear them against each other. It's still a recommended thumbs up from me because it's $250. It's loud as fuck and has some really cool sounds. Animals at the end. If you want to be the proud owner of a shirt that's this awesome, or actually a mug that is this awesome, or shirts that are this awesome, you can go below my videos. You can buy shirts at Teespring, branded with me. You can also go to Mr. Gugu. Actually, I get money from that. If you go to mrgugu.com and use the coupon code HP, which I'll also write below because it's hard to spell, you get 15% off your bear shirt or any other shirt or any other summer dress that you buy at Mr. Gugu. Do I get something from that? No. Well, I got a free t-shirt. I got a few t-shirts, so I'm happy about that. But that's all I'm getting. But get them anyway and run around totally silly. Thanks for watching. Animals at the end as always.
Standing at the crossroads asking for the path. I don't believe in Jesus nor in higher math. I try to close my eyes and rely on what I see. The world in black and white is not enough for me. I gotta get up, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm fed up, something with I don't want to be here. I'm under stress, I depress my family.